Greetings and salutations and welcome once again to the Capeless Crusaders live at the time from the Safe House, your number one, supposedly, podcast for anything comic book related. My name is David Barry at Dr. Barry on varying social media platforms. We're going to go this way.
Up the shoulder or around and up?
We're going to go, well, no, we're going to go, we're going to,
me,
okay. We're going to,
we're going to make the weird thing that shape.
Like the way.
Loving it here in the Safe House. This is the Azorian one, Anthony Esteen.
not a lot of elbow room, but it's safe there.
There's elbow room all over here.
I'm just gonna
Good. No one wants
lateral on the back. Lateral on the back. Boom.
Bring it, Rowdy.
Right in the face. In the face.
Bring it, Rowdy.
This is Curtis at Common Warning at Existential Round Battle.
No.
Romo? Tony Round Battle.
I totally-
Tony Round
I
Battle.
totally have
Wait,
them
you're
switched.
not.
Whatever.
It's your title.
You're Curtis Fisher. My bad.
Actually, you're Manderson now.
I am son of
I sat
Mander.
down. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Well, speaking of which, who are you?
Hey, I'm Curtis Fisher. I'm Anderson at this Anderson only on the Twitter, and I just want to thank Steve. Thanks for the thorn mic.
You're welcome. Well, he's worthy.
He's awkwardly drinking.
He's worthy.
And it's square, so it's a little awkward. And yeah, apparently
You're worthy,
You
Esteen.
gotta drink in the corner.
You know who's worthy recently?
Who?
Is the Silver Surfer. If you read Thanos, he's currently worthy.
Oh,
Yes.
It's a long.
Just let anyone hold it
It's,
down.
it's a weird one. Hey,
Hey,
who dat?
hey,
Who dat
yeah,
is?
who? I actually have the right title card. This is Amy. You can find me at IJURobot on all the social media because I roll like that. Also, I borrowed some glasses because I look awesome. I don't know. Can you?
I could very easily
dig
drag it.
No.
No,
Wow, when you put
can't.
your arms up, the lighting. I'm not good at lighting, Curtis.
It's okay.
Well, but like I look like I made out of pancake, and you just can't see
Your
me at all.
pancake?
this is we're in the
Pancake
safe house. The
mix.
lighting's not a priority in the safe house.
There's
Safe
cuddling
house
on that
reports.
side.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on lighting the safe
Not
house.
Manderson is cuddling the Azorian one. Apparently, it's off the rails.
As always, if you were looking for anything related to the Capeless Crusaders, you can find it at thecapelesscrusaders.com. That is your hub, your home for anything Capeless. We're going to have a new blog entry up there soon, courtesy of this guy. Mirroring is
It's
just
so
difficult.
Awkward.
Yes. And our website and our Twitch stream are brought to you in part by Computer Breeder, your local computer repair, mobile device repair, retro game store, and retro game lounge, which still has the deal, $10 an hour for, $5 an hour for PlayStation VR, $10 for 3 hours. Or you can get it on our Friday night, and you might face off with the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the mini, the smash god of the Crusaders, Curtis Fisher, at Calm Down Warning at Existential Romeo.
Face off.
Yes, Manderson got buff because. Thank you. Anyway, and if you like what you're watching, you like what
Please.
we're doing here, there's so many things
Definitely do.
you 100% do. There's so many things that you can do. See, here's the thing: you can subscribe to us here on Twitch. You got 3 different options, or if you have Amazon Prime. You ready for this? This is crazy. You take your Amazon Prime account, or your mom's Amazon Prime account, or your dad's, or your brother's, or your dog's, grandma.
Whoever's got access to it.
Link it to your
All of
Twitch
them.
account,
Take them
and you
all.
can subscribe to us once a month for free. Technically not free because you're already paying for Amazon
You
Prime,
already
but
paid for it.
you're already paying for it. So you get a free part. That's a free thing you get. And
Why
you can
not?
drop
Yeah.
us the subscription. Yeah. Vance in the chat right now, he's throwing off his Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So you can follow us. You can do it there. You can also go to Patreon. So if you're like, oh, this option's on Twitch are a little expensive, Patreon, boom, you can drop $2 a month to support us. Those $2 will go to buying us candy bars, bubble gum.
Ooh.
If you do more than that, we might eventually buy other stuff.
Buy me fake muscles.
Him fake muscles,
I can buy all of that for $2.
more lights in here. Oh
more
wow,
lights.
that's
Yeah,
we get better
Give
lights.
me
Better
the
lights.
camera takes 20 pounds off me. I'm really-
Oh, there it is. So,
I like it.
on this week's episode, we are, of course, going to go around the horn. We're going to talk about some comic books, and then we're going to talk about some news, and that is actually going to be the main topic for the evening because we're going to wrap with a little bit of news about the Infinity War trailer.
Which I haven't seen.
What's this?
Yes, so we're going to
Is it-
Jane unseen this. Amy
hasn't seen it.
has not
I have
seen it.
remained pure, aside from many a meme and many a persons
Yes.
and many a you
That's that one
at 6 a.m.
That's that one gift.
trying to do it. You did one, and I was like, I literally put my thumb over it when I saw Cap's hair.
That's mainly what
And that
we're
is
going to be
not
talking
a lie.
About Cap's hair. We're going to talk about Cap's hair.
We're going to talk about
Oh,
Cap's
I have hair.
Cap's beard. We're going to talk about all these things. So, when we're in the safe house, we have comic art on the wall. We have comic books behind us. We got comic books
In our
on our
hearts.
chest.
We have stands.
We got
I have
stands
books on my chest.
with his signature. We got
Stan's looking at
Spawn
us.
action figures up
Spawn's
there.
watching
We have
us.
Iron Man, most of the marks
Yeah.
up there. We have
Yeah.
the
You can't see it,
Infinity
but it looks really
Gauntlet.
nice, you guys.
We have Swamp Thing and Groot and other things.
And Hurley.
And when we have all those things around us, we like to go round the horn.
Not that bad.
There it is.
Go get that moonshine! Get that moonshine, boy, Luke!
Well, even with the new mic and the new things, that still just killed everyone's.
Love it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I looked over here and I hit like right above it. I didn't even touch the button, and that's why I didn't do anything. Anyway, when we
Jesus,
go
take the wheel.
round the horn, we go around the table in a circular fashion, except for the fact that we no longer have a circular table. We
There's
don't.
a corner.
We never had
This is a corner.
circular tables. We just there's squares.
Yes. It's a rectangle.
It's hip to be square. Get with
Oh,
it.
hit the B square.
Somebody clip that.
Anyway, we go around the horn. We talk about what comic books we have been reading this week. We talk about the books that we have been reading of the comic variety.
Right.
So, Manderson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over there.
Popcorn, Manderson.
Yes.
Surprised I'm going first, but that's perfect.
Does he have popcorn? Is there popcorn here?
Sorry.
Oh.
No popcorn.
Oh,
It's okay.
That's fine.
Next time. Doesn't understand.
No, I don't.
Sorry. Anyway, I picked up a new title this week, thanks to actually my mother making me aware of it.
Oh.
She's a huge Walking Dead fan.
Yes.
And so she sent me a link to Oblivion Song,
Ooh.
which is written by the Walking Dead people. The name is escaping me because I am bad at names. Kirkman.
Robert
Okay.
Kirkman. Yeah.
I almost went with this guy. I'm glad I didn't
No.
say that, yeah. It's really interesting. If you haven't picked it up yet,
It's only the number one currently.
yeah, number one just came out. The next one's coming out April. But basically, it takes place in an undefined point in the future where, like, a city was transported to another dimension in which giant monsters exist.
What?
And we come upon this two people running, and then they get shot by something. You think, well, that's not good. And then they get transported back into our world, and they're like, hey, we're safe. And it's kind of leaves off there. There's a guy who's trying to find his brother and get funding so that he can go back and forth and save people. It's very interesting. I'm very excited about the arts. Not what I expected when I saw the cover, but it's also very good. So check that out.
Nice.
I'm going to leave it at that because that was so good. I have nothing.
I have it. I have it in the room next door. It's sitting on the bed. I haven't read it yet.
Is that the room where it happens?
Oh,
The reading?
the reading happens.
Yes.
I was making a Hamilton
that
joke,
is the
but
room
you can call it whatever you
where
want.
reading happens.
My popcorn
Alexander
to whoever I want.
You
or-
can popcorn to whoever you want. That's the name of the game.
Oh, all right.
Still don't see popcorn.
I'm going to popcorn. I'm just going
There's
to
only 5 of us.
toss it over to Steve's
I found it.
because that seems the most awkward
And I
way to
fumbled it.
popcorn.
I fumbled it. It's right there. I'm continuing the Jonathan Hickman event, Infinity, from Marvel. I am currently on issue 4. Cap and our heroes have maneuvered away. Almost broke the chair. Not maneuvering
Jeez.
there. Maneuvered away to defeat the enemy in this battle, and Thanos arrives at the Inhumans encampment planet. Yes.
City.
And all that's
I can't
there
remember where
is
they're at.
Black Bolt.
Yeah.
And Thanos is like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, he said, dude, what are you doing? That's actual writing by Jonathan Hickman.
I don't know why we like Hickman so much. That's
And Black Bolt was like, I'm not going to say anymore because it was quite eventful what he did.
But if he talked, it would.
If he tells you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Mhm. It's enjoying it very much. I haven't been reading the tie-ins
Don't worry
that
about
go along with it, but the story so far.
it. In my all my travels,
Oh.
of all the events, Infinity had some of the best main story and worst tie-ins.
Okay.
Like there are some like events that have some cool tie-ins,
Yeah.
and the events themselves are
Civil War.
Infinity, the heist was just the dumbest waste of time.
I was considering it, so good thing I
Don't
didn't.
read the
Okay.
heist. I think it's about these guys who in the the chaos, decide to like rob a bank or like rob like some of Tony Stark's like old armor or something. It's not good.
Okay.
It was
I'll stick with just Hickman's main story,
As
which
you should.
enjoying very much.
Good.
So I'm gonna eat some popcorn, I guess, and then I'm
Did you
gonna.
never play popcorn in school when you were a kid?
Is that what this is? That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you'd all be reading out loud. And be like,
Yes.
popcorn,
I
Anthony.
got it.
I don't read anything but Portuguese.
This is true. I didn't know what they were saying. I said nothing. Popcorn, the key. Nothing. I don't see nothing. Anyway, popcorn. To my man Rhodey right here, Curtis. This one. Curtis.
Shoot.
That is giving us popcorn.
Oops.
by the way.
Are we going back to the IKEA days?
No,
This is
no.
the return of the IKEA Cadillac.
Issue 572.
Oh yes. Speed then. No, I Dr. Voodoo.
Oh, how'd you like it?
It's good.
I was worried.
Have it. I got really excited.
I liked it. Rick Remender did his thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and Adam Warlock in the Infinity Watch leading up to Infinity War. So I'll jump back on that soon. Crap. Gosh, so many things. Oh, the Ultimates.
1 or 2.
Both.
You were doing all of them.
Yeah. Gosh,
And then you read a book, and then
what?
you played some basketball.
Yeah, played basketball.
You got some glasses.
Guys, Round the Horn is about comic books.
Oh, comic books.
Not your week.
Yeah.
Wait, was he
Right.
playing basketball while reading comic books? Because
He's
that would be
playing
challenging.
I could have.
That explains how he busted his leg last time.
Yes, that probably
realize
was. Well, yeah, I was reading the comic books and I was playing the basketball.
And the skateboarding.
And then the boom.
And the boom.
Yeah, no, but best thing that I've got experienced comic book related is the Sci-Fi Y series of the Image guys and how they all created Image and kind of how it made progress and whatnot.
Yeah.
That has been the coolest and most fulfilling thing. Oh, and watching Brian Stelfy's draw on Sci-Fi Wire because I just love it. Popcorn.
Redenbacher.
Did you want to go? Did you want to go first?
No, I want to go last.
Do you want to go first?
No, 'cause I'm
so
the
you can
best.
toss your hair and then you can tie into that. Because I would tie it into a Steve's better than I could. Anywho, Steve. So for me, because I like to cram things in right at the end of the week or in the middle, either way. Anyway, I shut your face, shut your daddy face.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
I actually read the bi-monthly Black Money Murders #8, Jonathan Hickman. So good. If you guys are waiting for trades, this is going to be very, very good because it's #8, so you're almost there. I really liked it, but the big hallmark and stamp for me, which I also got to put on Empire's Instagram before I left. So they're also one of our sponsors, if you didn't know. Hey. Is I got caught up on Wicked and Divine.
Oh.
We are at
So
the
far
end of
behind.
we're at the end technically / beginning of our 4th arc, which means we get a special. It is 1923 AD.
I love the special.
Which means
Quite a
that
year.
literally where the initial book started, where they had all those people sitting around the table and it was the girl with the curly hair,
Yeah.
that is the special. We are there.
Sick.
But it is not a traditional comic book. It's written as a novella with comic book pages in it. So good. I was so excited. And it has like 5 chapters. I could not help myself.
When you
There's
say
a lot of hands going on right now.
Like
And-
telenovela.
that's what I was going to say. Aye.
See,
Well,
Aye.
do this.
and then before that, Ay, Dios mío. And then before that one, I actually got caught up on the rest of the arc, which is the last book for Wicked and Divine before the special. Actually takes place 6,000 years before the arc that we're currently in. So we're dealing with Ananke like at the
Got it.
It is so crazy.
No me digas.
Luke Bill, it does sound like too much reading. That's why we read comic books. There's
Exactly.
pictures to help
I'm sorry,
fill it
my
in.
shirt says the problems that I have. I like big books, and I
Amelia.
cannot lie.
And yes,
Amelia, no me digas.
Lizard Wizard, yes, Adam Warlock does have an
You
Infinity
take
Stone.
that back.
Okay, I'm going to cut off this before this gets weirder, and I'm going to wrap us up. It's funny
And popcorn.
that you mentioned
And popcorn
Stelfree's drawing, because as you know, we're on Twitch, and just the other day, I was browsing through Twitter, and of all people, Jim Lee It was like 12:30 at night.
Twitches.
He does Twitch streams.
He does them
He does
all the time.
late night Twitch streams. Like he draws for like 8 hours and he starts like 1 a.m. And
I
he,
woke up to one of them actually. This
yeah,
morning.
they're so
Yeah,
it's such a random thing,
And he's fun.
and it's so cool. I love that he's on there, regardless. Yes, they're kind of related, Luke Bill. I read 2 things this week.
Only
One,
2.
well, I mean, technically 2 series. Actually, technically, okay. There was a lot more that I'm going to talk about. Yes.
I'm making it difficult.
I did read the original Infinity Gauntlet from 1990. Was it 1 or 1992? It was 91 because 92 was Infinity War, and then going into yes. So
Not to mention.
I read the Infinity Gauntlet in preparation for tonight's episode. The other thing I read was Captain America 695 through 699. Which was the Man at a Time story that Mark Waid was doing.
Oh.
I did not see it coming because it's leading up to Ta-Nehisi Coates taking over
Really?
with Captain America 700. So I'm like, okay, I wonder how they're going to do it. They're going to displace him from time again. He gets refrozen and he wakes up even farther in the future.
Oh,
And I was like, what is, and he thinks it's funny because the world is like dismantled and he's like, when I was fighting for America, we had this thing called the Bill of Rights. I can write it down from memory. And they're all like looking at him, they're like, Cap, it's 2025. We know what the Bill of Rights was. Like, we just had a nuclear war. We still know what the Bill of Rights is. It was really a lot of
He's
fun.
Demolition Man.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. The other thing I read was the new Punisher line, which the storyline is good on the Punisher line. The art making him look like what's his name? The Punisher actor.
John Bernthal.
Thank you. Look, I don't like that they made him look like John Bernthal. I do not like that at all.
Like they're connecting too much with the.
It's
Sam Miami?
there's some actors that when they try to draw them, it's like painful. They're like, okay, it's every other character looks like the artist style,
Yeah.
and then the one is like, that's John Bernthal
John Bernthal.
mixed with the artist.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Regardless, that is Round the Horn. Yes, Jim Lee is currently hosting Bob Ross, so don't hop over there. You can watch that
now. Wait.
whenever. You can always watch Bob Ross.
You can watch Deadpool, Bob
Or you could
Ross.
play Sea of Thieves.
Exactly, Sea of Thieves. A ton of people playing Sea of Thieves. Anyway, speaking of the Infinity Watch, the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet,
Infinity
Infinity times
Aftermath.
Infinity.
the Infinity.
The question in chat.
Exactly. We got some news to talk about.
What?
Oh,
Wait.
there is no news monkey. I love this
You
sound.
guys-
So there's no news monkey.
He's
You
not under my
checked-
chair.
you
Exactly.
checked,
Because
okay.
I didn't bring him. No, we have
If
way.
oh, good lord.
There's too little space for a news monkey.
He
to be in
made
here
it
now.
that one
You
day.
Back
You
here.
can sit in my lap. I'm small. He's small, right?
Okay,
I've never
first
seen
you
these.
should take him out to dinner before ever thinking of that.
Sorry.
The
What's
last time you took
what's
him out
his
to dinner,
favorite
what
restaurant?
happened? Do you remember the last time you took him out to dinner?
Oh, it's my favorite restaurant. Perfect.
Luke, Bill, was it really loud? Because I haven't tweaked the sound. Was it too loud? It was. I apologize.
Well,
it blew you out of your seat. But it is breaking news.
It's breaking news.
I mean, except for the fact that it was only
Yeah.
one. Actually, one of these is breaking news from today.
That's true.
So, first off, right off the bat, announced this week. No, we're not talking about that.
I just felt like patting my chest. Ramones, right? Anyway, okay. Keep going.
Announced this week. I didn't even realize that Warner Brothers had they were working on a new Gods.
Oh, yes, the story.
Yeah.
No
Got it.
idea what was
Yes.
Oh, I knew about that.
happening. And
Proof of this. Yes.
and I'm gonna butcher the name. Ava DuVernay.
Duvernay.
Is it DuVernay? Okay, cool. It's one of those names that I see it all over the place, and I always look at it, I'm like, I hope I never have to actually say that.
That's like when I first saw Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I was sitting there going,
Tane.
wait, look it up, see what someone else says. Like, say his name. Google it. Okay, that's how you say it.
Yeah, look up a YouTube interview with him.
Exactly.
So Ava DuVernay is announced to be directing the new Gods movie. Ava DuVernay currently in the news because she directed A Wrinkle in Time. She was also did she win or did the movie win? Selma. Did she win?
She didn't. She did not win. The movie won for best song with Common and John Legend.
I thought Selma won more than that.
And they won more. I just know it did win that award, but it did not. Did not win like best film or that stuff. But it did win best song.
Actually, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna agree with this person in the chat that DC needs to stop announcing. I'm not gonna say garbage. I wouldn't say garbage because New Gods is dope, but they do need to make a Man of Steel sequel.
Yes,
because
yes, I agree.
what do you call it? Batman vs Superman was not a Man of Steel.
No, it was a separate story.
It was fair. But anyway,
need a Man of Steel.
Ava DuVernay, I'm down with it.
Mhm.
The main thing that I saw was a lot of interesting casting ideas. A lot of people had different ideas for who, what casting decisions would have made. Granny Goodness being played by Oprah.
Oh no!
I love Oprah. I don't think she could do Granny Good. What?
I can handle that.
Yeah.
Is it because you like Oprah too much, or she just doesn't fit?
I'm just thinking
Because
Wrinkle in Time,
I
and then
don't
Granny
like
Goodness
Oprah,
in just
so
in
I'm
the
okay with her
juxtaposition.
Who doesn't like Oprah?
I don't like
People
Oprah.
that don't win cars from Oprah.
I'm sorry.
He said it.
Who doesn't like Oprah?
Okay,
I'm not saying she should run
so
for
Granny
president.
Goodness, who do you have as partner?
No, but the other one for Granny Goodness,
I'm the older brother I've
I'm
ever had.
blanking on her name all of a sudden.
Catherine Bates.
Thank you, Catherine Bates.
I got it right.
I think Catherine Bates would actually be
That actually was the one I would have
dope
picked.
for it.
I can
Now,
see that.
Big Barda, a lot of people said Game of Thrones.
Blonde hair.
Are we talking about Khaleesi?
No.
No, God, no.
The warrior, soldier.
Brienne. Captain Phasma.
Yeah, Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma, however you say it.
Fahusa.
Fahusa was it.
I like her. She's great.
Fahusa. I think she would be awesome
Willem Dafoe is Granny Goodness.
But I think everyone just jumps to her as Big Barda because she's tall. I feel like you could just easily put someone in stilts or make your Mr. Miracle actor look shorter.
Which is usually the best.
That being said, Oscar Isaac, aka Poe Dameron, for Mr. Miracle.
What?
Thank you, Rurutu. Gwendolyn Christie. Thank you. I think Oscar Isaac. I think Poe would be a good Mr. Miracle.
Like that.
Thoughts?
Scott?
As Mr. Miracle.
Is
Yeah,
Scott
I'm with
free?
it.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Thank
with that.
Thank you.
Who are we looking for as
Selma,
like Orion?
sorry, I apologize. Selma was nominated for Best Film, did not win.
That's what I'm
Did win the Oscar for Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures, the song Glory by Common and John Legend.
Was she also nominated for Best Director?
No, not that
Really?
year. She was not. Golden Globes, she was, but not for
Golden
Oscars.
Globes. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Does Chad have any more ideas? Because, I mean, I don't mind Poe Dameron as Scott Free.
I'd be down with that.
I
Well, but the thing is,
almost want somebody a little more wily.
there's so many characters though. Like you could, if you wanted to, you could
We
bring
could
out.
actually get an appropriate Steppenwolf.
Yeah, but yeah. Thank you, because Steppenwolf is not.
I could get
He's not
a
a
proper
monster.
Well, I want to see an
It looks
Allfather.
really
Who
CGI-ish.
could we put out as an Allfather?
Anthony Hopkins.
Give him the all-father role for all comics.
He's all fathers.
He's
He's the
All-Father.
real Odin.
He's 100%
He's
true.
Allfather.
Speaking of which, Orion.
Yeah.
I think Orion. Follow me.
Okay. I'm trying, bro.
I think Orion could be played by John Cena.
That would be hilarious,
Just a
but
big-
that could work.
A big dumb guy who just thinks he's the best and just craps on everyone because he's
And John Cena is self-deprecating.
He's
He
the
will-
boss's dad.
Okay. He would be self-deprecating.
I don't know if he's a good enough actor though.
He can do comedy, but I think it's about probably.
Orion's not very comedic,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
besides him being dumb.
fair enough.
Carl Urban
Carl
is
Urban for Orion.
Yeah.
That would actually be solid. Rurutu, you're
You know some things.
you're batting for 100.
Did he?
Wait,
Wait, remind me. Did Carl Urban survive in Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
No.
No.
Wait, no, he didn't. You're right.
I would kill him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's cool. So
Yeah.
it's cool. Then.
He was hella dead.
He dies. He's super exaggerated because he's like gunning.
That's
He's-
right.
yeah, and he's like swinging, and then she gets him, and he
Nathan
like.
Fillion is
That's
scot-free.
right. I remember. That's right.
Nathan Fillion is scot-free. He's a little old, but
That's the thing. A lot of these actors, they're like, if we want to do anything New Gods afterwards,
We get a lot of Nathan Fillion for a lot of roles. Like whenever I bring out Booster Gold,
we just wanted to.
we just want to be as a
everything.
I think he's great. The thing is, these characters he has. I mean, the guy is going. He's in his 40s already. So I mean, he can't play some of these characters we want him to play because the guy is great. Love Nathan Fillion.
He ages so gracefully.
He does age gracefully. He's just not the 20-year-old or that some of these roles call for.
Could I get Kevin Kline as Allfather?
Why can't I think who Kevin Kline is?
Um,
I'm thinking of Calvin Klein right now.
Oh my
I'm trying
gosh!
to think of a
let's
movie you
see.
may have seen him in.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, no, that's Eugene Levy. Eugene
No,
Levy.
not American
No.
Beauty. Kevin.
Oh,
No.
Kevin
Klein.
Kevin Klein.
Oh,
Fish Called
sure.
Wanda.
Yeah.
That movie Dave, where he becomes the president's stand-in.
Nope.
Wild West, Will Smith, his partner.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Emperor's Club.
I'm that
He's in a
guy.
lot of these.
I love that it was Wild West, and I'm like,
Channing
I
Tatum.
gave you his Oscar winning. I gave you the
Channing
Oscar.
Tatum for Orion.
Channing Tatum he's tied to Gambit,
Forever.
and that can just sink.
And apparently, Lizard Wizard agrees. John Cena.
The other thing is Darkseid. If Darkseid's in Justice League, first off, do they beat him? And second off, is he the same? If they beat him, that would be the worst thing ever. But if they, is he going to be the same actor? Like, are they connected? I have no idea if they actually are. I assume you would want to have an extended universe, but DC is all like, no, we're not going to do the extended universe because we're different. Which shows by
I
their
think Ruru 2 might have just earned himself a follow back.
Like the arm.
Because consistently, look at the
all
shenanigans.
the ideas.
Remind me, Ava was the first choice for Black Panther before Ryan Coogler.
I don't know if she was the first
Oh,
choice, but she was
One of the choices. Excuse me, one of the choices. Did she not do Black Panther because she wanted to be something that wasn't tied to an all-around universe, or did she just not have the time to do Black Panther?
They just the release was just creative differences.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay. I wasn't sure because, like you're saying right now, DC is saying we're not having an extended universe, we're having our own little one-offs. That'd be why she's doing New Gods, because it's not connected to the whole DC cinematic universe. It's her doing her own creative thing.
I mean, I'm sure she finds that more enticing.
Probably.
She's a visionary. She's a creator. Most of the time when you give creative people more freedom, it only makes them feel more empowered to be even more creative and do an even better job.
Mm-hmm.
Which worries me because we haven't heard creativity being stifled by DC, but the after effect where they do everything, where they go back and they get creative, and the studio walks in and says, "Oh, you guys are cute.
Exactly.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that."
Who cares? It sort of makes sense.
So it's like I almost feel like has DC turned a new leaf because of all the issues they had? I mean, they did shuffle a bunch of people around, and they're going to give her creative freedom.
I'm hoping, because how does the studio that gave such creativity to Harry Potter butcher the DC cinematic universe? And Ready Player One. They have these movies that are you've been given this creative freedom to these directors with Harry Potter, Ready Player One, but then when it's DC and you're trying to compete against Marvel, you then restrict them when they're trying to compete against Marvel?
Well, the one place that they compete against Marvel actively is going to be in the animated series, but that's the only place where they seem to be thriving at all.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's depressing.
So whoever ran Harry Potter for Warner Brothers, get them at DC.
Chris Columbus?
Come on. Chris Columbus. Get Chris Columbus in there. Five Goes West. Go. Do this now.
Oh,
That's right. Kids, Google Five Goes West.
Somewhere
Chris
out
Columbus. Back in the day.
Like,
Regardless,
there's still no cats in it.
I'm
There's still no cats in it.
I'm excited for the prospect. I like the idea of the New Gods because the New Gods are one of my favorite. Like Fourth World, Jack Kirby is dope. But exactly the problem with how WB treats their DC property has been that way since the 70s. It's just
It sucks.
It started when Superman threw his S at Zod in Force of Solitude. Why did he throw
I
the
forgot
S?
about that scene.
Great movie, but that moment, like, what is he? He's throwing his S at him?
regardless.
Is he throwing away?
Speaking of,
We have
actually,
no segue.
sci-fi, right?
I know I do have.
You have a segue?
I
You have a
do
segue?
have a segue.
The sci-fi marathon?
No, because you
okay.
mentioned Ava being involved with Black Panther
Mhm.
originally. Black Panther
Oh, yeah.
is the first movie since Avatar to top
Woo!
the box office 5 weekends in a row.
Wakanda forever.
I like that we all did it except for Curtis.
Curtis is like,
Oh,
what?
I had a
Curtis, do it.
I was looking at my Kamoyo bead.
How many times have you
Curtis
seen
is
that?
over here like,
Yeah,
Wakanda,
Curtis,
whatever.
Curtis, how many of those weekends are you involved with? How many times have you seen?
I've seen it 12 times.
No.
Oh.
I've seen it 11 times. I've bought 12 tickets because I paid for my cousin.
We say Wakanda forever. He lives Wakanda forever.
He's gonna be going to Sunrise when it's like $2. Like
$3. It went up.
the drive-in
Oh,
for the next couple
He's gonna
months.
walk into building just spitting dialogue from the movie. It's out of nothing.
I've already been.
I'm surprised he didn't come in a robe with white dots all over his face. He's like, the power of the Black Panther be stripped away. Zuri.
Sinabadu. I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah, no, we could just start. Told you,
It'll
told
literally
you,
go
Curtis,
through
just
all-
go. So
We are vegetarians.
I have to laugh because a lot of people, there were people who actually, and of course it's always the minority on the internet who are actually jerks. Like the majority of people, okay, the majority of people are jerks, but it's usually the minority of people who call out like good things and try to find fault in it. Like the people who are saying like it was community groups and churches who were like buying out the theaters, and they said so that shouldn't count as ticket sales.
No.
And I'm like,
Sorry.
no, just because someone is getting into it by someone else's grace doesn't mean the tickets are not being sold.
Exactly. Tickets still being
Bill
sold.
is on
The
point.
ticket is still being
as
sold.
well.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like, oh, they're they're busing kids and they're going to churches, and I'm like, yeah, it's because it was a very important film for a
It
lot
is
of
a
people.
very important.
And it's, I think the fact that it's been going, I don't think anyone has just been chucking out money, just like buying and leaving theaters empty for 5 weeks,
Right.
5 weekends.
for 5.
It's obviously it's a cultural phenomenon in a lot of ways. And Electric Master, yes, we're going to be talking about Infinity War trailer. So yes,
Haven't seen it.
oh yeah, she hasn't seen it yet. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get a
Hold
reaction.
your horses.
So
Partner.
in other news, who has watched Jessica Jones season 2?
Started.
All the way start.
Curtis, where are you at?
I want to say like episode either 9 or 10.
I'm
And-
farther than I am.
and Manus-
I just finished 5 last night, I believe.
I'm on 3.
What did you?
Giant fat goose egg, bro.
Same goes. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of it. yet.
Noob.
To be 100%
From
honest,
chat, Hey.
I also didn't finish Punisher, so it's really hard for me to finish the series. As a
I'm usually okay. So I liked Jessica Jones season 1. I was for it, even drudging through the initial 4, and then when it picked up. I just need to sit down, but I have not been feeling that I want to sit down with my favorite drunk / hero, not hero.
It's not a happy.
That's the other thing. I feel like the emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know. I that's part of the reason I was having a problem with Punisher. It was great, but the emotional toll that it was taking.
I didn't finish Punisher because of that. It was just it was incredible. It's as far as like quality, it might have been the best Marvel Netflix show period.
Yeah.
But it's just a little too close to the chest.
I will
It's
say
small.
the Punisher is close to the chest. Those final 2 episodes. Friend of the show, Jay Lopez, and I agree. Glorious.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So just go watch the last 2 episodes.
Oh, it's
Glorious.
Yes. Ruru and Luke. Yes, Iron Fist. I feel like after Iron Fist, they felt like they had to go, balls to the walls. So that's how they did.
I
Punisher.
just want
That's all I'm
more
saying.
Luke. Can I just say that Luke Cage of all of those, Luke Cage for me felt the most balanced as a show,
I'm really looking forward to season 2 of Luke Cage.
and I'm excited.
But
It saddens me. Marshall Ali is not that season 2.
that's true because he did.
He did.
Oh, you did.
Academy Award winner.
I mean,
He did.
his
He did.
his brother might be in it, and his brother was
Twin brother.
terrible character. No, Luke's brother. It's a terrible character. Okay, so of
Both.
the 3 gentlemen who have seen Jessica Jones season 2,
Yes.
give me like quick, like first handful of episodes. How you feeling? Like were you feeling good the whole time, or was like the beginning kind of slow for you because you're just kind of getting in there? You're kind of and then we got like the 3 levels.
I'll say it starts off pretty emotional. I feel like they do a good job reminding us of what happened last season with Kilgrave, and that's still something that's weighing on Jessica and the city, and characters that she encountered bring it up in not like a positive way all the time, but like, hey, you killed somebody, and what right do you have to be judging me and that kind of stuff. But other people come back like, hey, I remember what you did, and thank you for taking them out because now I don't have nightmares anymore. But it's pretty emotionally heavy, and that's not stopping me from watching it. But there's definitely a few times because I'm dead inside where I'm like, I don't know if I'm buying into this right now. But that being said, I think like episode 4 or 5, there's some things that pick up and get interesting that are going to keep me going through at least the next few episodes to see how they play out. There's a couple of storylines that I'm a little confused about right now, and I hope that they either wrap them up so it doesn't distract, or that they like tie them in a way interesting.
From the first 2 episodes, you have this balance between these characters in the Marvel show where we just came off of Defenders and Punisher, where it was mainly Defenders is action. You have Punisher, which is emotional and realistic, gory action. Jessica's the investigator of the crew, so it's like things are slower in the beginning. Not slow till it's boring. It's she's investigating. You're going along with her. She's more of the emotional, investigative impact in those first 2 episodes. And right now, my wife is watching with me, and she's enjoying it very much. And I'm it's only 2 episodes again, but so far so good. Enjoying it.
More than me.
Chris.
I'll reiterate, it is not a happy show. It's really not. I appreciate the points that they hit on, though, about the ramifications of taking a life for whatever reason, whether you're defending yourself or defending a family member or a whole city. Still just the fact that someone's light extinguished off your hands. Any person, I think, even if you seem sane or you seem crazy, like that's gonna weigh on you. So like pain. Show's got a lot of pain. I will say, like the quality of it for the most part is good. I think the writing is decent. I think the pacing is pretty decent too. Not great and sometimes good, but never great, but never terrible. And one of the biggest things like that these Marvel shows are guilty of, I feel like, is going way too far into side stories, like way too far. But here's the weird thing about this season. I like the side stories way more than I like the Jessica Jones main storyline. As much as I love Christian Renner. I mean, like, she is Jessica Jones. I can't think of someone else to play her better, but like she's the least interesting thing about. I mean, like literally Hogarth is there. They're like, we have to write. What's her name? Carrie Ann Moss.
Trinity.
We have. She's such a great actress. We have to write a storyline for her, and her storyline is completely like. This is so far off what the show is even about.
That's the storyline. I'm like
why is it even here? But she's so good, and it is Opie.
Yeah.
So
Hogarth.
So you end up going with it. So I don't love this show. It's good. I don't even think I like the season, but it is good. The quality.
It does make me laugh when they have these moments in Jessica Jones and other shows where some regular human nobody is trying to tempt or push someone who could totally destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, when that starts to happen, I'm like, dude, it's before any fight happens. It's Jessica. You're gonna fight a defender? Sure, good luck. Go ahead. And what happens? Yeah, he gets destroyed. And it makes me laugh when those moments happen in movies. Someone pushing Captain America, like, okay, good luck, pal. Go ahead, stab Wolverine. Yeah, see what happens. Mm-hmm.
The audacity.
So you're the farthest in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch all the way through?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, I've watched all the way through everything except for
Punisher.
Punisher.
Do you? Maybe this is going in the direction you didn't want to go, David. But do you feel like they should have stuck with an 8 episode?
Absolutely.
Instead of because this one's 13, right?
Yeah.
It's back up to that.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
too long.
Yeah, I think that's why for me, like, I didn't get through Punisher. Because, again, the emotional thing, dead inside, it doesn't always bother me that much. Sometimes I feel like they drag on a little too much.
Sometimes when you're dead inside, you're dead inside.
It's only
Where the feelings
this is
are.
where your
It's
heart's
inside
supposed
where
to be, right?
He's dead inside wearing a Superman shirt. Man, it was about life. I don't understand.
Remember
Hope.
through the S, you threw hope at Zod?
You're that Kryptonian. It's like, hey, I believe in hope, but whatever.
Maybe you should be wearing this Black Lantern.
Oh.
Pass it over to you.
Did you just bequeath him
I did.
Oh,
Son of Mander.
Come on,
Son
of man.
Now,
Join the Black Panthers.
if I put the blue ring I have on with it, what does that do?
You're hopeful. You're hopeful about death.
You're
Hopeful about that.
You're hopefully dead.
Thank you.
That's why Guy
Not
Gardner.
gratefully, but hopefully dead.
Guy Gardner, he ran the whole gamut. He had every ring.
He does look bored.
It's because she hasn't seen Jessica Jones yet.
I like Jessica Jones.
Electric Mastro, that is a fun fact.
About
Yeah.
the hopeful dead.
You know-
Thank you. I said it first. Nobody heard me.
Anyways, our last bit of news is Matt Ryan, aka Constantine.
Oh, that.
Oh.
What was that? He does that sometimes. Oh, okay.
Usually it's smoking. I don't understand
I
what
almost
you
with
did.
Sparrow on that one.
Constantine.
Yes.
Matt Ryan is now a series regular for season 4 of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
So, has anyone actually watched Legends of Tomorrow?
Only the crossovers.
Two seasons.
2 seasons.
I've watched 2 episodes. Oh, the whole show? I've watched all of the seasons except for this season. I've only watched 2 episodes.
Only
I haven't watched
crossovers.
the
I watched crossovers.
Okay, so I've only watched like a handful of them, and I liked them. I liked the ones that I watched. It was fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fun.
To me, it feels like I was talking to Steve about this. It feels like the event after, or like the team up after a big event in like a comic storyline. Like you don't expect it, and you don't think it's gonna do well, but you're like, oh, this is fun, and it'll probably end very soon, and it just hasn't ended yet. Like I'm 100% honest. When I'm watching, I'm like, how is this still on the air? Like I laugh, but I'm like, how is this still? Because I mean,
because it's Arthur. Because you have a following from Doctor Who.
There you go. Everyone just wants to see him be a time traveler. That's
Everybody
all.
wants to see the last Centurion and the nurse turn into a time.
And I feel like it's because you get to see people who've died. Like if you liked a character on like any CW show and they're dead, there's a chance they might pop up
They
on
might
Canary on Legend of Tomorrow.
Penny.
Yeah. So I actually I really want to watch the ones with Constantine because I didn't do it because I really loved Constantine. I'm really bummed that he
Doesn't have his own show.
doesn't have his own show anymore. But now that he's got maybe that he's a series regular, they might come back and finish the story with the Brujeria.
Earth!
Yeah.
I loved Constantine on NBC. I was angered when they canceled it, and I've been praying
It's
for
sweet.
a way for him to come back. I was excited when he appeared on Arrow in that episode. I was like, and even poked fun at NBC for canceling when he asks for the peacock feather, just to scratch his back, throws it away. And so I've been waiting for something, and they gave me the animated thing. They said, okay, cool, it's animated, but I want to see Matt Ryan on the screen as Constantine. Thank you, Season 4, Legends of Tomorrow. I will be watching that season. I'm not going to catch up. I'm just going to hop right in and see what happens.
Work on CW and not on NBC season.
I don't know if I'll actually watch it. Is anyone actually going to continue watching now that Matt Ryan is on there?
I'm going to start watching.
I will start
I
watching.
will
I'll
start
make
because
an
I'm
effort.
going to watch one.
Okay, so I think everyone loves Matt Ryan as Constantine.
Matt Ryan as Constantine,
He's
absolutely.
great. He's really good. He's much better than Keanu.
That was a pretty cool story, but then,
Oh.
I loved it in the comics. They had to reference that there's multiple universes, even one where he has brown hair
and a black coat.
Ooh. But yeah, so
Vaya con Deus.
brah. In other news,
Luke Bill's name is taken after Bill and Ted. It's a
he knows what's up.
Wow.
Doesn't mean he likes Constantine. The movie. So in other news, we got a trailer.
What's that?
Did anyone watch?
We have a trailer?
Did anyone watch the trailer? No, we don't have a trailer.
What movie?
There was a trailer
What
that
movie?
came out this
Trailer.
week. It's kind of a big deal.
The big honking trailer.
It may have immediately taken the record that Black Panther shattered and then set a pre-sale tickets and then shattered it again. And I think it's just going to keep happening. Black Panther 2 then is going to shatter and then shatter and then
Just
I think
lots of
Ant-Man and the
shatter.
Wasp might not shatter,
Maybe a little
but it'll still be good.
It's
Yeah,
kudu.
They're tiny. Kudu. So yeah, so there was a trailer. Did anyone watch?
Oh, I think.
Did anyone not watch?
I think.
Hi.
Hey,
I didn't see it
She hasn't seen it yet.
at all.
has not seen the trailer for Infinity War. So I watched it a dozen times. I watched it.
None.
I watched it twice as many times actually
Not
as
many.
Curtis has seen Black Panther. So
Really? Wait, really? Oh.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna unmute
Oh,
the
there's
desktop
somebody
audio.
else. Somebody else hasn't seen it either in chat.
So
Yeah.
here's the problem. I can't show it because it's too long for me to show it on stream.
We'll get
we
this
would
section
totally
of
get
our
banned.
stream
Just
taken
But I can play the audio
in
and
the
cue
stream.
it up for Amy. So Amy, are you ready?
Do I get to wear headphones, or is this going to come out of the
No, I'm
speakers?
gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for everyone.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ready?
I'm all nervous now.
Ready?
Once you know, it's the first time.
Wait, do I get full screen?
Yeah.
I can't see you, chat, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. Chat back.
like the very first.
Jesus
There was an
Christ.
idea.
Turn it up.
I can't turn it. This is the first one.
It's not the
Bring
trailer.
together.
It's not the trailer.
Is this the wrong one?
Yeah, it's the
this
first
is
trailer.
trailer. See.
Well,
Yeah.
Stick
it's
with
on
us.
the trailer.
Stick with us. Here you go. Everyone,
Sorry.
stop. No, it's Google. Everyone, calm down.
You Google it.
Where's? There it is.
Number 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Should just put this in headphones.
The entire time I knew him.
Live.
It's gone.
Bad one.
You guys, the screen that I'm currently watching is black.
It's like
Let me
the
see
black,
chat.
black screen. Google Chrome.
If he gets all the Infinity Stones.
Plug your ears. Hey, plug your ears.
La, la, la.
Hang on.
Slowly slow down. I'm speaking.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
Yoda.
If I start humming, keep the soundtrack.
I It's hang on.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us.
I'm gonna quit fighting. Dude, Apple,
Does
if
me
you could
talking.
fix your
Yeah. Tim. Huh?
yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
All right, hang on, everybody. I apologize. Technical difficulties. Hang on, there we go.
Okay, audio's off. Audio's off.
Audio's off, Amy.
Oh,
Sorry.
nobody stopped me. I couldn't
Sorry.
hear.
Sorry.
It was entertaining.
It's a good song.
Thank you, baby.
Pink Panther.
There was somebody that actually
I'm
did
so-
a cosplay, and it was the Pink Panther as Black Panther, and he had is it Dora Milaje or Malay? Sorry.
Okay, I'm not gonna full screen it because we're losing.
Okay,
I'll theater mode.
Can I put it
No.
in?
No,
I can.
because everyone wants to listen.
I can't see it now, you jerk.
The entire time I knew him,
Stop
he only
crunching
ever
that.
had one goal:
I couldn't even actually do that.
to wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us.
Yeah, that's right.
We have what Thanos wants. So that's what we use.
Oh.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow. The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.
All right.
See that? That's hair rising right
Yeah,
there. That's what that was.
Yeah. Welcome back. We lost the we lost the chat there for a minute, but we're back. So, Amy,
Amy, how you feel?
how you feeling?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
she is right there.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
she is.
Jane Unseen, Jane Shell Shocked.
Uh-huh. Yeah, how do you feel about that cat grabbing the hand and having a hard time keeping it in his grip? He's yelling. That's how hard he has to work to...
Okay, first off,
Yes.
lead in Gamora. So good. Okay, one on. Also, breaking my freaking heart with baby Gamora and Thanos and the
Grabbing the finger. So here's what I find interesting. Right off the
also
bat.
everything in Wakanda.
Yeah. Here's,
Oh my god! I'd swear, but there's children present.
I do like the meme that I saw of it shows the end of Black Panther where he says Wakanda will now
we'll step out of the shadows.
step out the shadows, and then Thanos arrives and shows T'Challa, I think I made a mistake.
What do we do? And then Ubaku's just like,
Should have stayed in the shadows.
I was kidding.
Let's go back in the shadows.
Does somebody have a cigarette?
Just kidding. Back in the shadows.
Does somebody have a cigarette?
No, none of us smoke. Drink. Just drink. No.
I have no whiskey here.
Yeah. So you can watch it a couple more times once we're all done here.
We've all watched it like 50 times.
Oh my god!
So
Hi, Drew. You just missed that.
yeah, what up, Drew? You just missed Amy watching the Infinity War trailer for the first time. She's losing her mind, as she should have been, because it is dope. So
Holy crap!
you mentioned that you're reading Infinity, and it says read the book that's inspiring
Marvel
Infinity War.
Unlimited says, read the event that inspires the film this summer. I don't know if that's just them promoting it,
Right.
but there's been like a few screenshots that I've seen. For one, Doctor Strange with the thing stabbing him. The comic does show Strange being controlled by someone who looks like that guy in the trailer.
That is him.
Huh?
Yeah, that's him.
No, I mean, the other guy. The other guy.
No, yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
Also, squishy tissue.
so I'm like, yeah.
So, interesting that Infinity, because Infinity is obviously inspiring me because in the Infinity event, that's when Thanos, when basically most of the heroes are off world, and then Thanos is like, cool, I'm going to swoop in and I'm going to steal the Infinity Stones that are on Earth. I'm going to bring my army. I'm not just going to bring myself. I'm going to bring my army. I'm going to bring the Black Order, who we saw Corvus Glaive, we saw Black Maw, or Ebony Maw.
Yeah, and all those guys look like
Black
this in the
Dwarf.
comic, the way they're created. Yeah.
Supergiant. No. Do we know is Supergiant not in it?
I don't think Supergiant
And
in this one.
Right. Because I think as people were saying that, since she's technically another daughter of Thanos, I don't know if they wanted to use her.
Just use the two.
I didn't.
Nebula.
Yeah, possibly.
Proximate Midnight.
Exactly. So, Infinity is supposed to inspire it, and that because in Infinity, that's when you had the Black Order. They went to Wakanda, and Wakanda had to basically try to hold them off to protect the stones. However, they're also tying it in to the original Infinity Gauntlet, because as we all know, the premise behind the original Infinity Gauntlet, which I read, which was great, again, is that Thanos is dead. Spoilers from 1991. Spoilers. Thanos is dead in the original Infinity Gauntlet, and Death brings him back to basically be her champion because she thinks there's a cosmic imbalance because there's more people alive than have ever died. And so she's like, hey, wipe out half the life in the universe for me. And he's like, cool, while I'm at it, I'm going to go run around, beat up these cosmic dudes, drawn by Ron Lim, friend of the show, local hero, Sacramento's own Ron Lim. Pencil. He drew all of those as Surfer was trying to stop Thanos from getting all the Infinity Stones. He gets them all together, and then he's like, hey, by the by, now I can just wipe out half the life in the universe. So it's interesting that they're tying that in, because the way Gamora is saying he's obsessed with wiping out half the life in the universe, and he even said that.
Yeah, he says it himself in there.
He says, once I'm done, half of humanity will be gone, but there'll be a perfect balance. So it's like he's still, it's like the attack on Earth is the Hickman Infinity, but the story of what he's doing, not necessarily if he was resurrected by Death or if he just really wants to kill people, because, the original Avengers, the two antagonists to court death, and he turns and smiles. So, that being said, did anyone not like it? Anybody not really?
Not a lot of Kunu in there. Not a lot of Kunu.
No Kunu.
Yeah.
No Kunu. No.
I'm upset.
No Birdbrain.
Modesto's very young. Hawkeye.
Yeah. Render's not.
No Birdbrain. No Wasp.
I'm hoping he's coming back as Ronin.
Yeah. Well,
but in number 4.
But if he comes back as Ronin, does that mean his family's dead?
Possibly.
Wait. Hawkeye is Ronin?
If it goes like it does in the comics and half.
I am so freaking antsy, and I'm on such an adrenaline.
Is there stuff I don't know about yet?
Yeah, Ronin, when Hawkeye...
Not enough Batman. That's Ready Player One.
Died.
Different one. Keep going.
Hawkeye died, and he faked his death. No. He died, and he came back. He was resurrected, and he didn't want to be Hawkeye anymore, so he became this character called Ronin. He was in, black, and he didn't use a bow and arrow. He used, hand-to-hand combat.
Not Guardians Part 1 Ronin?
No.
Okay, that's what I was. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's Ronin the Accuser.
Not Ronin the Accuser.
Thank you.
Ronin with an I.
I was like, didn't he die already? I thought we took care of Ronin.
He blew me in the dance fight. Guardians of the Galaxy.
And isn't Ronin, Ronin's a samurai without
a master.
Yeah,
good call. Without a...
It's not Lee Pace.
Right.
Not Lee Pace.
Very similar to Cap. Nomad.
Yeah. After he loses everything.
Jeremy Renner did Instagram the poster saying, cool pick. That was literally his comment.
He's like, not in it, but cool pick.
The whole thing about Thanos, though, and Lady Death, because remember when I was reading that Thor, the Unworthy Thor, that Jason Aaron was writing, at the end of it, Death is there with Proxima Midnight. Now, actually, Death ends up beating, kills Proxima Midnight, and then when for the first time, Death takes the hoodie off or her cloak off, and it's Hela. So, and Hela didn't necessarily die. Surtur didn't necessarily kill her at the end of Thor. So I think Hela is going to come back in the one after this. But also remember Thanos' quest too, like before Infinity Gauntlet, when he was going around like to the Grandmaster and like the Runner and everything, and like getting all the stones that he couldn't, like the Gardener or whoever he was. Like, which honestly though, that was like the craziest part of like Thanos' quest. I was like, how is he even going to deal with this dude? And I don't know. Jim Starlin's writing is very poetic. So you're like reading like this poem, and all of a sudden he like the gardener's there, and like the gardener's going through his eyes and killed him. But I don't know. It's really dope. Like they're putting that in there too. So it's like Thanos Quest, Infinity, and Infinity War all in one. So I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do in the one after this as well.
Yeah. Because like you were saying, Hela, when he's plunging his sword down into Asgard, there's the puff of green smoke. Is that her being eliminated, or is that her teleporting herself out of there and going off somewhere else?
Well, she's the goddess of death. If you remember, like even Odin couldn't kill her. Remember, he concealed her.
He could only exile her.
When he when his life passed on or whatever to Valhalla, wherever he went, because he no longer had a presence. That's when she got out. And remember, every time someone stabbed her or like impaled her or whatever in the movie, she never died.
Right.
She's the goddess of death. So really, she controls death. She has life beyond death. So Surtur really only like kind of stopped her temporarily, but there's no body.
She'd definitely be weakened because exactly that. If she draws her power from Asgard, Asgard's where the people. Oh no, never mind. But Asgard being destroyed means that in theory she would have lost her powers, or a good amount of her power. But that means she also could have then. She could have gone to Thanos.
That's what I was going to say. That would make her go after the most powerful person collecting the stones.
Exactly, and
there to go.
what would give her the ultimate army of death is Thanos killing half the universe.
Absolutely.
So
I do like Luke Bill. Wouldn't it be great if Deadpool showed up?
I just want to. I'm hearing Ryan Reynolds. What the ass? What's going on here? I really want to see, like, I really hope in like Avengers, I guess technically 5, I want to see them like filter in a bunch of like X-Men. Like all of a sudden we see Hulk just throwing Wolverine and he's just stabbing Thanos in the chest.
The Cannonball special.
Fastball special. Yeah.
Or Wolverine sitting at the table and Deadpool doing a double take.
Yeah, and him not participating. So the other interesting thing that, because we all talked about, is how many actors we don't know if they're signed on or if they are sneaking around their contracts or if they're done. You okay?
I told you about.
I'm at the bottom of my high, and so I'm just like, here. He's going here. Choo-choo train.
I did express to Barry when the day this came out, because it took a few hours later for me to comprehend everything and talk to him about it. I am fighting these two feelings of excitement for this movie and anxiety about this movie.
You also call it loathing.
Loathing. Because the Marvel Cinematic Universe was my introduction into Marvel Comics. I wasn't reading Marvel Comics until these movies started. And I sadly have become attached to these characters, specifically one of many, this guy and the guy with the shield. Happen to be two of the ones I love a lot in the Cinematic Universe. So watching this trailer and remembering how this cast was watching Civil War, when we weren't aware if Cap was going to die, and we were like this until the end credits hit, and now to see this trailer, he's struggling with the hand, and Tony's got half his suit blown off, looking defeated. Thanos is saying things like, "You'll be remembered." Who is he talking to? That's no. So,
Steve, you haven't read Infinity Gauntlet yet.
No, I'm aware of the things that occurred. Well, not everything, not to a T.
Are you aware of what happens to Iron Man?
That's another thing. That is,
isn't it Taraxia, the woman that Thanos
created?
She rips off Tony. She comes back with just the helmet. I guess I'm not reading that one.
I mean, and Cap basically did that thing with Thanos, but it was
and then he just
yeah,
he did.
But again, we thought Civil War and Crossbones assassinates
Yeah.
Cap, but
Well,
Cap's alive.
So here's the thing. To Luke Bill's point, nobody dies in comics. Yes, but contracts
Liar.
do expire.
Yes,
Contracts do expire. and
People die and
Feig-
stay dead.
Feig has said
a handful.
that
a
we
small
are
amount.
Kevin Feig, right? That's what you said.
Feige.
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 Feige. That
Feige.
we're going to see the end of stories and the beginning of new stories, and they have a lot of Marvel characters they want to introduce, which means some of the old guys aren't going to be around. The new guys come in, and
So here's
Doesn't mean they have to kill him though.
I just want to see some Savage Storm.
I
thoughts.
killed my boy Quicksilver.
How many times? How many times did he die?
Uncharacteristically, or not uncharacteristic, unceremoniously. There it is.
Yeah.
He did.
Thoughts that I think might happen.
No.
So Soulstone.
did you see that coming? Sorry. that was
So what is
The
this?
Soul Stone's not in this movie.
No, it's not.
But it's going to be in the 5th.
I think it's going to be in the 5th.
It has to be.
So what is it about the Soul Stone? When he
Fifth, fourth.
Fourth.
This is the third command.
is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad.
Some people think Civil War is an Avengers
Nah.
film, but it's a Captain America film.
So in the 4th one, Soul Stone, okay, kills them. They go into the Soul Stone. Okay, there's a Soul World. Okay, so Cap, Iron Man, Thor, all get killed. Go into the Soul Stone, and they take the gauntlet from Thanos, and yada yada yada. Everyone
Stupid,
lives
stupid.
happily ever after on the Soul World. So everyone whose contract expiring, they're all in the Soul Stone, and they can just live a happy life.
Well,
Okay.
there was something that I saw that
That's
was,
how my song's writing.
I'm not worried if anybody dies, honestly. Like, I don't care who does and who doesn't die. I mean, like, obviously, like, the people that already have contract. Yeah, you
The
gotta
red
learn
means
how to
don't
let go
clap
of
by
it.
the mic.
Anyway, I don't know. Like, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it either. As long as
Just
they're
kill
in a good movie, I'm not worried about it. I don't feel like anybody needs to die in order for it to be.
It's true. That's
You
true.
did inside too.
I'm alive inside. That's
Amy.
I was missing a captain. That trailer that I did not see.
Why would?
Captain Marvel?
Gotta keep that secret until the movie.
But why? Yeah, I don't want.
Secrets are no fun.
I don't want her to be in
Secrets.
this movie because I want to see her movie, and I want to figure out why she's here.
They said that she's not gonna be in the movie like an active participant until the following.
Yeah, because they filmed scenes for this one and then they cut them. They were like, "Yeah, we don't want to do this." So
Laura Barton is in the credits for Infinity War. Laura Barton, Linda Cardinelli, who we saw in Avengers: Age of Ultron, she is in the cast for Avengers: Infinity War.
cool. So
Dead family.
so Clint's wife's in it.
Ponder that.
That doesn't help us at all.
But that. What would she?
Dead family.
What about Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Who
What
knew?
about Ant-Man?
Who knew?
So I mean, we have a whole bunch of people who we haven't even seen. We didn't see on the trailer. We didn't see on the poster. Nick Fury, Mariah Hill, Ant-Man, Wasp, Hawkeye.
Wait, is it Mariah? I thought it was Maria.
Mariah Carey Hill.
It's Maria.
Thank you,
My
thank you,
Very well.
Curtis, my man. So there's a lot of people who aren't going to be in it. We have no idea what's coming. They could set up all kinds of stuff for the next one. We could see none of the things. We could see all of the things. Ant-Man's there. He's just tiny. The big thing, the big concern that Steve's had was we got the battle in Wakanda, and then we got the battle in that like red planet.
Nice.
So good.
Exactly. So here's
You
what.
want to switch chairs with the Steve? Get you closer to the mic.
Sure.
So the thing about what's the word? So as he was like, "Whoa, wait! What if Thanos kills Cap, and that's why Cap isn't in that second battle, but Tony is because Tony's in Wakanda."
No.
No, the Hulkbuster is in Wakanda. The Hulkbuster being driven by the Hulk. Bruce Banner is in the Hulkbuster armor, not hulking out for whatever reason, but he obviously hulks out because we saw that in the trailer. So he's there, and that ship that Tony Stark starts to
The circle.
he starts to fly after. That clearly they either have Doctor Strange in there or they have the stone. I think they have Strange in there because they're torturing him just somehow because the stone. I don't know if the Eye of Agamotto like opened for them or something, but I don't get how they could. Regardless, they either have attacked Strange and gotten the stone, or they have Strange in the ship, or Spider-Man is on the ship. because we see Spider-Man on Titan, and then Tony is going after them. So Tony, Spider-Man, Strange are all going to be on Titan, while everyone else is in Wakanda. So you have that double, because we have New York getting attacked, we have Wakanda getting attacked, because they're looking for the stone.
We have the dual battle finale, basically.
Yeah.
In the trailer, you see like Black Widow, basically like mocking. Was it Mockingbird? Mockingbird
with the blonde hair, yeah.
And gave her like the broken staffs. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. Anyway, like you see Vision getting off the Quinjet or whatever.
Yeah.
So I heard something to the effect of that they took Vision to Wakanda for protection
To defend him, because he has the mind.
Yeah, because
He's got the Mind Stone.
And they like narrowly escaped.
Right.
To begin with.
So they get attacked in New York, and they get attacked wherever Vision is, and they're not ready for it. So then they obviously lose one stone, because Doctor Strange, we didn't see him in Wakanda, but the Mind Stone, they save Vision. That's where Cap comes back, and then they go to Wakanda to defend him, to make their last stand.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a feeling he's gonna get like the 4, like because we see Loki hand someone something, and then we see him crush the Tesseract to get the stone inside. I think he goes and sees the Collector to get the one from the first Guardians.
Oh yeah.
Because he went to the Grand Master to get him. I think that's part of the Thanos quest thing, where he like encounters the ship, gets the stone from there, then goes to seize the Collector, gets the stone from there. So he had the 2, the blue and the purple, whatever they got
But
them as in this one.
doesn't have the Power Stone. Isn't that what the That's purple.
No, the ether, the aether.
Oh, the Aether.
The aether from Thor 2.
That's right.
That's the one the Collector
Yeah,
has.
Xandar.
Xandar has the other one,
But
and
he has power and power in space in his. See.
he drops one. So he already has. So clearly he's gotten one.
Purple.
So he's probably, and purple was
That was on Xandar. That's
okay.
the
So
Power
obviously
Stone.
he's destroyed Xandar at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And he got the Tesseract.
and he gets the Tesseract because
which is the blue one.
because Loki steals that from Odin's treasure room before before he drops Surtur's crown.
Right.
So he has 2. He's gonna obviously get 2. He's gonna get time, and he's gonna get mind. So
Who got soul? Yep.
Yeah, that's what we still don't. So
I just chat brought up Adam.
oh, Rue actually brought up I like that idea that Vision basically they take the stone out, and the Guardians Rocket Raccoon fixes Vision. I freaked out because he's
If anyone
between him and Tony, they managed to wire him back up. Yeah, because
If he gets called a trash man again, I would.
because he's nothing to run on.
So much worse.
So Manderson, you've been
I
quiet.
quiet. I'm sorry.
Quieter than me.
Watch the trailer. Did you see
I
it?
watched it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Probably more, actually.
Okay. Right.
Usually my son is excited to watch these things with me, and I put on what time and he walked away. He thought he'd seen it too much. I mean, he only gets excited for the costume, so when Spider-Man puts his thing, it's like, oh, it's Spider-Man, Iron Man. And then after that, he's like, who's that guy? It's Captain America. That's not Captain America. It's not the thing.
I've never
But
seen.
it's Captain. No, it's fine. I gotta be honest. This trailer was great. Got me excited about it. But the first one, I watched it 3 or 4 times, like in the first day, and every time I got goosebumps. I didn't get goosebumps with this one. So maybe I'm just not as excited about it. Not that it wasn't good. Sorry.
Start off.
It gave me things like
It gave you things.
it helped me get more excited about it. There's a lot that I'm looking forward to. A lot of questions that I have, and most of them I'm not asking out loud because I don't answer before I go in. I don't want to see certain characters die, but at the same time,
I know
10 out of 10 people die, fictitious or not.
that's a fair point. She's not wrong. I did read that statistic recently. Wow, words are hard. Yeah. So I did think it was weird that the ship from Prometheus, the alien ship Prometheus, was crashing through pond or something like that. It was at the end of the movie Prometheus.
Oh,
So
that's a stretch.
Is this an alien tie-in as well? That's the one.
no.
Sorry.
We give you the Brian.
Let's figure out who the trash man is in this group.
So much worse.
Didn't
fun.
resist Manderson.
So
Anyway.
tickets are on sale. They've sold out in most places.
Yeah. Good luck.
Who has their tickets?
Oh yeah, I got mine.
Working on it.
Okay. What? So well,
I'm
here's
gonna work kind of.
Here's the thing.
They're going to release more. They're going to release more showings because people are going to be panicking.
Well, that's the thing. When I went on, there was only a handful of showings anyway, so you know they're going to be.
Thank you,
more.
Ruru, too.
What?
Yes, they can. Disney buying Fox, they can own Alien. Those two.
Well, I guess there it is.
Does it count if I saw half of like Alien v Predator when I was slightly drunk in a bar eating pie?
Is that the only Alien film you've seen?
Is that the only Predator film you've seen?
Are we adding these to the list?
They've already on the list.
Okay.
Every Arnold movie is already on the list.
I have Aliens as queued up because apparently that was the one I was told to see from people. The second one.
You gotta watch the
You gotta
first
watch
one.
the
People were saying the second one was better than the first
No,
one.
the people need to know you gotta watch the first one first.
Who are these people?
Yeah, who are these people?
Do you watch Terminator 2 before Terminator just because
No.
Terminator 2 is better?
No, you watch the first Terminator, and then you watch
Apparently
part 2 and it
Gabe's
blows your
over me.
mind.
I actually feel like Aliens.
The Aliens is a good action flick.
No, I don't, Ruru, too.
Aliens is a great action flick. Great action flick. Alien is a horror film in space.
You saw what happened to me during Halloween.
And we need more of that.
No!
So tickets are on sale for Infinity War. You can buy them now. Who knows if you'll find any showings? I don't actually know.
You can go to Yuba City.
I snagged 2, and I'm waiting to see if they open up more so we can buy them as a group. It might be one of those ones where we can't.
You can also have the great opportunity to spend $100 and go watch the 31. The 31.
Oh, that's how much that costs?
If
it's
we
actually down at the El Capitan.
If we were on the Hardwick level, sure, we're not there yet.
I have people who have already bought 2 tickets and planning on.
I'm not doing. The other thing you can do. Wow. Are you ready for this? This is actually kind of cool.
I'd like to.
Friends of the show,
Are we
Hardly Heroes.
Yes.
Oh, bless
They're
their
actually
hearts.
doing an event
They're
with
friends.
Eventbrite. So you can actually you can go, I believe it's the Saturday morning after it debuts on Friday. Saturday morning you can go, they're going to host it, they're going to be there, they're going to have swag, they're going to have gear. You get that, you get like Avengers gear and stuff, like you get to meet Hardly Heroes. It's super cool, it's awesome to have this opportunity.
Maybe a mug.
I don't know if there's a mug.
No
I know
mugs.
they have beer cozies.
They do have beer cozies and treats.
I don't drink beer, so mine
I keep in the bottle.
I
You can
have,
give it to me.
I have canned air that I use to clean
Ooh,
phones
that'll keep it cool.
in a beer cozy.
But Manderson wanted
But
it.
you can give it to me.
No, you can buy your tickets now. Like I said, you can join us. We're going to be probably going on Thursday night, probably on Friday. If it's Curtis style, we'll go see it once.
And then
we'll
you'll get out of
we'll
one
see it again at
showing
10.
and then, yeah.
Then we'll see the next morning around 11. Then we'll see it around 4.
How many times has that happened when I've tried to go like what was it? You went to one. I don't remember what it was. You went to one, you're with people, you're like, I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I went and dropped them off.
And then you came back. And you were literally like you snuck in right after the previous. Like, hey guys, I'm ready to go.
I love the way Curtis does
Gamer.
things. Yeah.
Gamer right here.
So buy your,
See.
buy your
Let's see
tickets now because they're going to sell out. It's going to be good.
If it's not, you can always complain to Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't see
You
that
can always
happening.
complain to Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Not tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Anyway,
I'm saying 1 billion opening weekend.
for everything related to this podcast,
Us.
Mostly his hair.
This is us.
everything you have
Aw.
right here is at thecapelesscrusaders.com. Rue, yes. Oh my God, how do we forget that Peter Dinklage has an uncredited role?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he's going to be Pip the Troll, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
yes.
Oh my god. Are you guys
Pip the Troll smoking a cigar. I have no idea why
He
Pip,
has to be.
I don't know why Pip the Troll would be there though. Because the whole Pip the Troll
Why
saga.
was Howard the Duck?
That's true. That's true. But
Oh.
Pip with Gamora and Adam just like showing up, taking over 3 people's bodies, and Gamora disappears. Didn't make any sense at all.
Could we have an end credits of Howard the Duck just going, wow, that's a big war?
If Howard the Duck we see him lighting a cigar off, and then it's just Peter Dinklage as Pip the Troll, I'd be all about that. I think that would be good.
Off in the distance, someone kind of watching.
Ruru, thank you for that. Anyway, anything related to the Capeless Crusaders, you can find it at thecapelesscrusaders.com. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm wrapping up the show.
That's right.
That's Empire's Comics Vault.
Yeah, no, that is actually one of our sponsors. That is Empire's Comics Vault.
Oh, my
And
bad.
our other
I was
one
getting there.
is Computer Boot.
Computer Boot.
Local computer repair,
And
device
Curtis.
repair, video game, lounge, retro, video
That's us.
games. That's us. My name is David Barry at DR Barry on varying social media platforms. Hey, how about we go this way tonight?
Still kind of shell shocked. I still need a cigarette, and I don't
Ooh.
smoke.
Ooh.
This is Amy. You can find me at iJaneURobot on various social media, and I will return these glasses because they actually really did help to their original owner before the night is up. But I will go this way because there is so much space between us.
I am not Curtis. I am Manderson. You can be Miss Manderson on Twitter, and I'm going to pass it over to...
I never. This is Curtis at Countdown Morning at Existential Roll.
I knew we were going to get to the, even though those are supposed to be
Oh.
switched. Hey, if you liked what you saw,
Hey.
oh,
We all know who he is. It's
dude,
fine.
okay, calm down. When there's 5 of us, I do that. All right. When there's 5 to 6 of us, I forget someone.
I've been at this podcast at the pleasure of myself. And if there's one thing you can count on, it's me pleasuring
Pleasure
myself.
yourself.
This
Oh.
is the Azorian one, Anthony Steves.
Don't clap
Iron
by
Man
the
2.
mic.
Iron Man 2. Peace and our time.
God.
That's for you, Tony. Yes, Barry?
Anyway.
Fitz, you wish you could have just skipped over me.
I wish I could have just. If you liked what you saw tonight,
And if you didn't
including
like what
that,
you saw tonight,
or if you didn't
still
like it,
more.
you can drop a follow right up somewhere over here. You can sub to us. You can support us on our Patreon. If you're not on Twitch, you watch this on YouTube. You can like, comment, subscribe, and do all that. That's all down here. If you're listening to this in audio, you have no idea what I'm gesturing at.
No.
So don't even worry about
Just
it.
look at your phone. Let's see what happens.
Anyway,
Or focus on the road.
It's probably better. Yeah, focus on the road.
Hey there.
it's
nice
fair.
to
You
see
came right in at the end.
Yeah,
Thanks for hanging
Universal.
out.
I knew who that one is.
Anyway, for the Capeless Crusaders, good night.
Peace and our time.
Good night.